Hello and welcome back, and thanks for coming back. You may have noticed there's 1 or 2 drops of rain on the windscreen. Looks like we're going to have a bit of a thunderstorm, so stick with us and let's see just how bad it gets in downtown Paphos. We're on the cusp of the old town and we're coming past Kennedy Square. We'll just stop here and hopefully the car behind us doesn't ram us up the bottom, because unfortunately we've had some very dry days indeed. Lots of grease and all those kind of things are on the road, and of course when the rain comes down the locals are not used to it, and of course they still leave their braking till the very last second, and then all of a sudden crunch. Here we are. The rains are coming down in downtown Paphos, especially for you. Better get the wipers on. There we are, otherwise we won't be able to see where we're going. So like I say, we're on the cusp of the old town. Kennedy Square is to the right hand side, and just over there to the left hand side is the former police station. When I came to Paphos in 2008, that's where the main police headquarters were for Paphos. Now, well, they were starting to knock it down and then they realised it's quite an old building, so now apparently they're going to keep it and they're going to restore it a little bit. So that will be quite a nice feature, hopefully in a couple of years time, because Paphos has been through some huge rejuvenations. For those of you who come to Paphos every year, you understand the old town has been, well, what can we say, dragged into the 21st century. I believe some parts are better than they were before and some parts are not as good, and many people agree. I'm opening up a Romeo and Juliet because I'm thinking of Sir Martin and of course Sir Bernard and of course the superstar in downtown Dublin, Lord Derek Scully. So I'm going to light this cigar up and drive around in the rain, especially for you. We're heading down towards the Cape of Paphos harbour area, and well, I was hoping that my friend Mr. Chris would be there. That's the guy who sells all the sponges, but I've got a feeling that perhaps he didn't come this morning, or perhaps he's frantically packing up and getting ready to go home, and I've no doubt his wife is getting a cup of coffee ready for him if he's been out and about. But if he's quite a sensible guy, he probably checked the weather and probably understood that it was going to rain quite heavily on and off in and around the area of Paphos today. Of course, it's a strange place where one street it can be chucking it down, and on the next street it can be dry. But I think today we're in for a bit of a hammering, should we say. And of course there's a huge storm coming into the UK, isn't it? So perhaps the whole of Northern Europe, perhaps Lady Anna, our superstar in downtown Krakow, can let us know. Have you got bad weather, Miss Anna? Or is it dry in downtown Krakow? Let us know in the comments, because we like to keep abreast. Obviously we can't be checking all the weathers all over the world. I'm fidgeting in my pockets because I'm looking for a lighter, and as tradition goes, you can never find one when you want one. But anyway, we found one, so we're going to light up this Romeo and Juliet #2, especially for Mr. Paul. And I'm going to smoke it as we drive in and around Paphos. And I think we're going to go straight down to the Paphos Mall roundabout, and then we're going to go over that roundabout and down to the harbour. Let's see who's brave enough to be walking around in the rain. I mean, it's not heavy rain, but obviously if you're on your holidays in shorts, hopefully if you've got a cagoule with you or a baseball cap, you will be all right, because it's not going to last long. The shower's going to come and go, and to be honest, this week now is really the first week of, should we say, some chopsy mopsy weather, and this is the first time I've actually seen it rain in downtown Paphos. I know it has, but it's the first time I have witnessed it, should we say. Let's get these wipers on to auto. There we go. So we're going to auto, whatever you want to call it. I put it on auto intermittent, if you remember. I was changing the intermittentness on it. There's so many gadgets on this car, you can't work them out. I've got heated seats. Hold on, it's a bit chilly. I've got the aircon on still, by the way. But let's get the heated seat on to 1 bar. And I tell you what, let's have a massage while we're at it. Yes, there we go. Having a massage, heated seat with the aircon on. Let's let this lady go. She's already getting wet enough, and luckily she thanked us. But she's not in a big hurry, you see, because to be honest, she lives here, I can tell that. It's nice to have a bit of rain. Not if you live in a country where it's always raining, no. But if you live in downtown Paphos, it's quite nice to have that little bit of rain, because of course, well, it takes away the monotonous of the constant heat. Now, on that note, if you like what you see, why not hit the like, click that subscribe, and perhaps come back for a little bit more of my complete and utter madness. And if you want to keep the channel afloat, well, you know what you do. Click through on Google and put in these magic words: Buy Me a Coffee, Marika and me. That's the Buy Me a Coffee platform, totally safe and totally secure. And if you Google Marika and me, Buy Me a Coffee, that will take you straight to our landing page. You'll get a bit of information about us. And of course, you can see all the other people who have kindly contributed to the channel, and there's quite a few. Go read the names and the comments, and of course, you too can make that special virtual coffee for Marika and me. If you want a special video, you want a special shout out, perhaps it's a birthday, perhaps it's an anniversary, or perhaps you just want me to call your cat in, drop it in the comments. A few coffees and that video will be coming especially for you. As you can see, no one has any concern for the weather, and they're still racing around the roundabouts and pulling out in front of people. They don't seem to understand that the braking time now is probably 10 times what it is normally. So there's going to be 1 or 2 accidents around, and if you understand, I've got a car body shop, so probably I'm going to benefit, but hopefully I'm going to try and keep my car out of one of the accidents. I've got a van now stuck up my bottom. Where he thinks he's going to go, I don't know. They don't look further than their windscreen wipers. In fact, he hasn't even got his windscreen wipers on. So there we go. He probably hasn't got any windscreen wipers. The thought of rain hadn't crossed his mind. So we're in the rainy season, but like I say, if you're thinking about coming to Paphos, perhaps you haven't booked yet, I can promise you, we don't get much of this weather. You can come out and you'll get 2 weeks of pure bliss, or maybe in those 2 weeks you might get 1 or 2 days of dampness, and that's all the way through to December. January is normally the worst month, first 2 weeks of February, then it dries up normally, and then now and again we get a bit of a chopsy mopsiness in and around April, but the ambient temperatures will be quite high, I can promise you that. We're heading down to the downtown Paphos Harbour just to see who is brave enough to be dancing the Chuchka. Let's go and have a look. You never know. There's a guy sitting there with his frappe under his umbrella, because the temperature, if you're curious to know, is 22 degrees. Yeah, you heard me correctly, 22 degrees, and the sky, it's not looking that blue, is it? Wonder what the sea can look like. So stick with us and we'll see what the sea looks like, because Mr. Paul, he's dressed head to toe in blue. Never changes. Well, he changes his clothes. Don't change the boxer shorts that often, but change the clothes. Always a nice clean blue t-shirt, nice clean blue jeans, and of course nice clean blue shoes. The belt's black and the socks are, so not check. No, they're blue. There we go. The socks are blue. So the Paphos Harbour is coming up very, very soon. So stick with us for a little bit longer. There's 2 guys in their summer uniforms hiding in the shelter of that apartment complex, because they understand the rain's not going to last very long. I promise you. You see, it's already started to fade away, hasn't it? And I mean, it'll probably open the heavens up again now, but it's started to fade away. There's a couple walking along there. She's a clever girl. She's got a nice hat on her head. They don't seem in any hurry. They seem quite happy, because like I said, the temperature is 22 degrees. Not much of a breeze. There's some people standing there. So there's an awful lot of people walking around in shorts and t-shirts, because we're living in downtown Cato paradise. Come on, Uncle Barrow. Check your mirrors and I'll let you go. Put your windscreen wipers on. There you go. Good chat. There we are, Paphos Harbour, and it's very, very best indeed. It's had a bit of a wash, and of course it's waiting especially for you. Look at that. People know that the rain's going to pass very, very soon. There's 2 obviously British people, and they understand that this is but a light flickering of rain, shall we say. Lots of people still walking around, lots of people having a great, great time indeed. There's the fishermen, they're going home. They've decided that they've had enough, because they're local, as you say. Let's drive around the rear of the restaurants into that car park area. This way is not for you, mate, it's for me. But there you go, doesn't matter. I won't get in road rage, I won't jump out with an axe or anything like that. Maybe later, maybe later. So let's pop round the back of the harbour restaurants, and let's go and get a view out across the blueness of the blue Mediterranean Sea. And of course we'll see the Paphos Castle, and we'll see how much chopsy mopsiness is in the blue Mediterranean Sea. Gridlock coming up now, see, look at this. No one can get through. Fun and games in the downtown Paphos Harbour, with deliveries and people parking wherever they want, and of course I'm guilty of that as well. Now let's keep going and let's see. As you can see, if you look up yonder, I'm just looking, there's a bit of brightness coming through, see? So towards Coral Bay, it doesn't seem to have rained. That's what I'm on about. You can be in Paphos, it rains. You can be in Clorica, it hasn't. You can be in Gasonica, it has. And you can be in Coral Bay, and it hasn't. Now, I was going to go and wash my car 20 minutes ago, and luckily I didn't, because that would have been a waste of €10. I mean, I wiped it all down this morning, so don't worry, Lady Ali. It was nice and clean, and now it's a little bit damp, isn't it? So we'll see what happens to the weather. And if it starts to brighten up, we'll go and take it to the hand car wash, because I fancy getting it hand car washed today, because to be honest, they do a very, very good job indeed. Let's turn these down a little bit. Look at that. That is the Ked of Paphos Harbour, and it's very, very best indeed, isn't it? That's the Paphos Castle. That's the new sunset viewpoint. And as you can see, to be honest, there's not that much chopstiness in the blueness of the blue Mediterranean Sea. And these people are coming off the pathway. And I think they've had a nice time. 2 scooters and a trolley, and they've obviously come all the way along the pathway, perhaps from the Cavallius Beach area. Who knows? And now they're digging up this part of the road. Wow. So there's going to be huge improvements. Like I said, they're going to improve this car park around here, so we're told, and take it from a dust track to some nice tarmac. And of course, they're going to put up some payment meters and all those kind of things. But hopefully they'll put some street lights, and hopefully then it'll be a very, very nice place to park. Let's reverse up, and this car's come to pick these people up, because obviously they've phoned ahead and told them that it's a bit wet. Come on, my dear, notice me, because I am in reverse. The road is not yours, it is actually mine. Fun and games in the downtown Ked of Paphos Harbour. Everyone's frantically trying to get out of the dampness, and to be honest, the dampness is not that bad at the moment, is it? Now we've got some Gumbaru racing up behind me in his pickup, because, well, he's not looking where he's going. He's put a few skid marks on the concrete. Go on, Gumbaru, off you go. There we are. Obviously one of the contractors or something spinning his rear wheels in frustration, because I slowed him down by about 12 seconds. There you go. Let's get into reverse. As you can see, they put these barricades along the side here now, so you can't actually go with that off-roading that easily. So we're going to have to reverse quite a long way by the looks of it. There was an entrance along here before, but now they put new pathways in. There's an entrance back there. So there we go. This is a YouTube video in reverse, especially for you. So you're seeing the Paphos weather now in reverse. Let's knock these off, because the rain seems to have gone away that little bit, although I think it's going to come back with a bit of a vengeance, shall we say. So here we are, we found the opening, so now we can back in and turn around, especially for you, and we can go and have another look and see just how busy the downtown Ked of Paphos Harbour is. There we are, that's my hand spinning on the heated steering wheel, by the way. It's a fabulous car, this, by the way. Mr. Lee, Sir Lee, if you're watching, hopefully Lady Vicky's looking after you, and a very, very good morning, Kalimera to Princess Layla. But Mr. Lee was the man that recommended me to buy this car, and I'm telling you what, this car is a fantastic car. I loved my Mercedes S-Class, don't get me wrong, but this car, there's something about it that's special. The only car better than this, I think, is a Bentley, so we're going to have to get a Bentley next. So don't forget to click through to that About page and make sure we get that coffee or two, or perhaps hunt us down on YouTube itself. Hit the like, that doesn't cost you a penny. Hit the subscribe, that doesn't cost you a penny. That just tells YouTube that you like what you've seen. But hey, as you scroll across, there's the shorts, there's the downloads, and there's a heart-shaped button with a $sign in the middle. And guess what? That's how you contribute to this channel. If you want to keep the car nice and clean, if you want to upgrade us to a Bentley, send us a couple of bob. Guess what? That car will be coming especially for you. Downtown Ked of Paphos Harbour on a damp, slightly dreary day, but as I've said, if you turn the car around the other way, Coral Bay seems to be all right. So you never know. If your name's Derek Potter and there's a girl in your life called Lady Angela, well, you never know. Tomorrow we might be driving around Coral Bay in Paya, and I might even pop round your house for a glass of Coke or perhaps a cup of tea. I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you like what you see, hit the like, click that subscribe, and perhaps come back for a little bit more of my complete and utter madness. Let's take a right and let's go past the Basilica Resort, because if your name is Miss Debbie O'Rourke, well, you're curious to know about the roadworks, aren't you? And the road's almost finished. They are doing the pavements as we speak. And don't forget to tell Mr. Will to make sure you're booked in for at least 3 weeks, because Paniotis, the manager in the restaurant, is waiting especially for you. Like I say, it's a bit of a bomb site at the moment, but you can see all the curbings in, and then you can see just outside the basilica, look at that, it's brand new pavement. All you do is with the filling in bits, and it's going to be lovely. And then a final top coat of tarmac, clean all this rubbish away, and to be honest, it's going to be a great street. It was looking scruffy before, and of course when they dug it all up it was impassable, but slowly but surely it's coming back way better than it ever was before. Thanks for watching, and of course we'll see you again somewhere in downtown Paphos very soon indeed.